Hey traders, John Howell here. This weekend, what I want to do is I want to share with you some things I'm noticing on the mining sector and also silver and gold. So this is going to be 100% focused on gold, silver, and also the mining sector. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so make sure you grab access to that free trading course on the screen there. I'm giving you it's for free. If you need help with making mistakes, chart reading, trading systems, it's all in there, guys. Go get it for free. Now, the thing that I really want to share with you here, I want to start off with, let's start off with the actual mining sector. And one thing I want to start off with is I'm looking at the GDX here. This is the weekly chart through here, okay? And one thing we can notice here, what's happening right now as we speak. Now, there's two different types of things it's important to focus on when looking at any market out there, okay? We have the long-term view, what I believe what's going to happen long-term, and that's got massive cycle analysis built into it and stuff like that, okay? And then we also have the short-term analysis, okay? So they are completely different. And so, for example, I'll give you an example here. I honestly believe we are on the cusp of one of the greatest bull markets we've ever seen in the metals and mining. Now, what I just said there's a timeline. When I say on the cusp, that means are we going to start to form a bottom over the next few weeks? Is it going to be the next 6 months? I'm not too quite sure about the timing of what I just said there, that long-term view, because if you just if you think about people say, John, well, what's your fundamental reasons why that's going to happen? Well, when it comes to the mining sector, what happens through history? We go through what? We go through booms, we go through bust, and then we go through quiet times. And then we go through booms, we go through bust, and then we go through quiet times, right? Look, property market, 2008. I'm using a completely different market here, but property 2008. What? Crash. What happened? 2009, 10, 11, 12, nothing. And then boom, right? So we go through these booms, bust cycles. Same for the mining sector, right? So if we actually have a look at the mining sector as itself and we start to squeeze the mining sector up, when was the last mining boom that we had, right? It was what? Back in basically over a decade ago, okay? The last mining boom was a decade ago. So if we just use simple analysis of what I'm saying here, now this is the long-term view. This doesn't mean it's going to start today, okay? We need to separate those things. If I am, which I am, I'm very bullish the mining sector and also gold and silver. But I don't know when that bull market is really going to ramp up. Now, short-term technical analysis will start to give us some clues because we'll start to go from a downtrend to an uptrend. Okay, it's short-term like technical analysis, looking at the highs and lows and stuff like that. Simple trend analysis. Okay, though, again, on the caveat of what I just said there, the long-term analysis on the mining sector is very bullish, right? Because again, the last 10 years we've done nothing, right? And it was over 10 years ago we had a mining boom and a mining bust. So what do you think is going to happen for the rest of this decade, right? We're probably going to go through another mining boom. Now the timing, when I say mining boom, it means what? Over a couple of year period. So that could be 2025, 26, 27, or it could be 2026, 2027, 2028, right? But I do believe this mining boom that's coming is going to trump any crypto boom, any AI boom, any of those booms are out there. I believe the boom that's coming, and again, the boom as in like the greatest bull move, I believe that's coming. I just don't know when the timing of that is going to happen. Make sense? So there's a different analysis here, and if you have the same view as what I just said there, then you can't get upset about the mining sector not doing much for the last 6 months. Why? Because it's a long-term view, right? It's a long-term view. All I do know when it comes to gold, silver, and the mining sector is come 2030, And by the way, guys, 2030, it's going to be here before we know it, right? It's like we're almost at the end of this year. We're almost into 2024. The whole COVID stuff was 2020. Right? So 2030 will be here before we know it. Okay. So on the back of that, I am very bullish that on that there. Now, if you have that view as well too, that's what you should be doing. I'm gonna let this thing go and see what happens by 2030. I'm pretty confident that's gonna happen. Okay. So that's the way you should do it. Now, from a short-term technical analysis trading perspective, okay, we need to be looking at the charts. We cannot trade. You cannot trade what I just said there, because that's like long-term views. The market goes up, market goes down. We go through cycles. We go right. But from a short-term technical analysis perspective, now going to the mining sector, what do we see here? We see clearly we've now what? I can see clearly now the rain. He should have seen. I was at UPW, and Joseph McLennan was actually on the stage. If you guys have been to UPW, and Joseph McLennan was actually on the stage, and he goes, "Oh, I just realized something about the Aussie culture," and the sound people put on the song, "I can see clearly now." Anyway, it was so fun. It was so fun. But what are we seeing through here, okay? And now, this is the thing, guys. If you are a trader of the markets, meaning, say for example, if trading the markets means like you're getting in today and you're holding for a couple of days, or maybe you might be holding for a couple of weeks, right? You're looking for that type of a move to trade the markets, get in, get out, so on and so forth, okay? That's a trading mentality. For a trading mentality, the most important thing is not to listen to what I just said there a minute ago about the long-term boom. Because what can happen on the short term? We can what? We can go down, this can keep doing this, right? Over the next couple of months, can't it? Like it can. So the whole thing about that is that we if you are very bullish long term, the mining sector, don't let that interfere with your short-term technical analysis trading, right? And how we trade the markets. Again, that's more like an investing mentality, right? Looking at massive cycles, looking at, again, simple cycle analysis, so on and so forth. And by the way, when it comes to massive cycles, I believe gold is on the cusp of one of the greatest bull markets we've ever seen, right? Gold is one of those markets out there, guys, that if you think about it, right, it's the sleeping giant. No one's been, as what's been stocks, crypto, AI bubble, all this sort of stuff. The mining sector and gold has what? Been the unloved child. That's why it's going to be the love child, right? So, but back onto what I was saying before about the mining sector, and this here is that I really want to sort of just bring home that it's important that we trade exactly what the market is telling us, not based off, well, I believe we're going to go through a massive mining boom. Yes, I agree with that as well too. So therefore, I'm not going to go short this market. No, see how they're completely different, right? They're completely different sort of animals, if you're going to call it that. They're completely different approaches. That mining boom might not start to 2026. You see what I'm saying there, right? So we just don't know when that is going to really ramp up. So on a short term, if you're trading the markets on a short-term level, we need to go with what the market is telling us. Now remember, guys, as these markets are making these footprints, is what I call footprints in the markets. It's the big guys pushing it around. And the reason why I bring this up here is because there was on the S&P 500. Let's go to the S&P 500 here. All right, let's go to the S&P 500. So on the S&P 500, back down through here, if you guys know at the start of the year, let me just take this off the screen. At the start of the year, the market was making strong, like low, we're making a higher low through here, we're going sideways through here. And I started doing bullish videos to you. I said, guys, we're probably going to go through a bull move through here, okay? We're probably going to go through a nice big bull move through here. And everyone called me nuts. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I actually spoke to someone yesterday who saw me say that, and she actually went short the markets, and she actually went short, and she just completely just got absolutely just crushed, right? Absolutely just crushed as this market went up, and she lost a lot of money. And then she's like, John, how did John know that? And it's not that I know that. It's like, but from a trading perspective, you're trading the markets. We need to go with the market, okay? Don't fight the market. If the market is clearly in an upward trend, right, or in a downward trend, from a trading perspective, rule number one is we need to go with that, okay? Until that changes. Now, now this is where technical analysis really comes involved with it, okay? What does a change in trend actually look like? Well, right now, if the mining sector was to hold here and we started to get a rally out like that and above these highs, we are now no longer in a downward trend and things have changed. Okay? And but until this happens, we are completely what? In a downward trend. Okay, so we need to be going with the markets, with what the market is actually telling us, not fighting the markets. So right now we're in a downward trend. Now there's trend analysis and there's finding good entry points. Okay, so trend analysis is what I call like my rule number one. Okay, so you don't want to just blatantly just get into any market because it's in a downward trend. No, you want to be smart, right? You want to be smart. Now, where is the best time to be entering in any market, right? It's if the market's going down, we need to wait for a pullback first and then try to go short here and wait for a pullback and try to go short here. You know what I mean? So we want to be trying to go into short here and short here. The last thing we want to do is like, yes, while the trend is down, we go through what? The market goes down for quite some time and then eventually we go for a pullback. So the worst time to be trading is what? Is when the market's already gone down a lot because we're due for a pullback and then we're going to get going again. So on the back of what I've just said there, again, you know my long-term view, okay? I really believe gold in the mining sector is going to be one of the most incredible moves out there. But from a short-term technical analysis perspective, right now what's happening is that we're in a downward trend. Things are going down, okay? And so is the mining sector. We came up, had a little bit of a double top, and then now we've actually rolling over. Now we're at this low through here. So there's trend analysis, once again, guys, but then we start to overlay some really powerful stuff when it comes to these markets about what is going to produce next, okay? So what I just said there is so important because, guys, we can sort of think about, okay, what could be coming next, okay? Out of this, say, mining sector, if we're trading the mining sector, say the GDX as an example, okay? I'm using this as an example, but you apply to any market. What's coming next? But the most important thing is like, okay, what actually is the market doing? And then we make a decision on that. Now, guys, most of the time, just because you look at a market, it's like, okay, I'm looking at GDX right now, I'm looking to put on a trade. What's the best thing to do? Wrong. Right? Well, the reason why it's wrong is because the way that I trade, right? The way that I trade, and again, in that free trading course, link in the description there, guys. Or if you really do need some help, guys, I'm opening up my weekly coaching program, my private coaching program, where I'm coaching you every single week personally for the next 12 months. If you're interested in that, that's that second link in the description there. But what I'm looking for, guys, is that I'm looking for a pattern. Okay, I'm looking for a pattern that has 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly even 5 rules, but mainly 4 rules that's connected to what? This pattern over here. So therefore, when I'm going through the markets, all markets, crypto markets, foreign exchange markets, any market out there, I'm going to the market to look for that pattern. You see the differences there, right? I'm not just looking for I'm not saying, oh, well, the mining sector's here right now. What's the best thing to do? Should I go long or should I go short? You're on the back foot already. What's helped me do so well out of trading is having the ability to say, okay, then I have my what I call my A quality setup, okay? And for anyone that knows what's called my A+ setup that meets all the rules, it's very hard to find a trade that doesn't make a profit, at least a small little profit out of that trade, right? And if you guys, you think I'm full of crap, then I don't really care, right? You're missing out, okay? In that free trading course, I teach you that. The very first video, actually, I teach you my trading system. If you want to actually know what that setup is, I teach you it for free, right? So even if you think I'm full of crap, go learn the system and then actually go start to apply it, right? And that's the reason why I'm so confident with what I do, because when you get like an A quality setup, what I call a setup that meets the rules all the time, it's very difficult to find a trade that doesn't make a profit. That's how successful it is. But it's not like there's a trade every single day, right? It's just being smart about that. So this is where I'm overlaying a short-term technical analysis of the markets, but then overlaying that once again is that if you're trading the markets, we need to get this pattern down, okay? What exactly are you looking for in the markets? What sort of pattern are you looking for? And if you're just going to the market saying, I'm looking to get into the GDX right now, what should I do? Should I go long or short? Wrong. You are on the wrong foot from there, right? Because now you're just gambling. That's a gamble. Like, no one knows. If I say, oh, well, it's a good time to go short here, that's my opinion, right? If I say it's a good time to go long here, that's my opinion as well too. Makes sense. So I really want you to, and I want you guys to crush it for the next 3 months. Okay, I really want you to. Okay, so if you're going to the market just saying what should I do here, that's a big mistake. You should be going to the market saying I'm looking for that pattern that I know that works most of the time, and that's all I do. It's not about being lucky or guessing, because guess what? No one definitely knows what's going to happen. Is the mining sector going to go do this? Or is it going to do this here? Is it going to do this? Like, no one definitely knows what's going to happen tomorrow in the mining sector, right? Or any stock out there, right? No one definitely knows what's going to come. So the most important thing that's going to give us the best chance of doing really well is what? Having some sort of a pattern or a setup that's going to help you. But now let's go back down to simple analysis back on the mining sector. We are still trending down. So the thing for me, once again, guys, is that this level all through here, I would say, around about that probably 29 level, that around about that 29 to 30 level, right? I would want to be seeing that there. Probably want to be seeing something like this here happen. If we get something like that, guys, as we get a breaking of a significant high, because when we start to get a breaking of a significant high and breaking out of this downward movement, then we possibly could start to see something like this happening and start to see a nice good move in the mining sector. Right, so that's the GDX through there. If I go to the GDXJ, and once again, this is that low level through there, looking at that levels of support and resistance at that low level through here. So what actually comes out of this level through here, okay? We did actually slightly break below this low level through here, which is probably through there, okay? What actually comes next out of this, okay? We are in a downward trend, so that's all that matters, okay? And if we have a look at the weekly chart, look at this here. High, lower high, lower high. So we are in a complete downward trend, aren't we? So right now we're in a downward trend and we're making lower highs. So the most important thing that I want to be looking at, especially looking at this level here, is that short term. There's a short-term triangle pattern that's forming through there. See that through there? On a short-term level basis. So I'll be looking at this major level through here. If there's going to be any good, strong, bullish move out of this level through here, we want to see this thing at least break above this high here for this to be, because we could actually get what? We could actually get another move up through here and then come back down again, right? And then continue these lower highs. Okay? And so, but because in a downward trend, we have lower highs, right? So it's not until we actually start to break out. Most people want to try and go long here. It's very, very low probability. Best thing is wait for a breakout through here. Wait for a breaking of that lower high. So we have a lower high, and then a breaking of that high means we're no longer in a downward trend because we're not making these lower highs, and now we could possibly start seeing something like that, right? If I use the oil market as an example of what I'm talking about there, look at the oil market did, right? So the oil market, this is the oil market through here, but look what the oil market did. Very, very, very what? Very simple but very powerful. That was that last significant major high, right? But look what happened. Made a higher high, higher low. See how that was the change, right? And then we had what? Then we had a real good up move from there ever since. And then now we're probably going to go through a pullback. Because why? Because you know how markets work, right? Market goes up, market goes down, right? So if I go to the GDXJ, right? And we see what's happening here on the GDXJ, we can see what's going on from there, from that perspective there. Let's go look at the SIL now. Okay. And the SIL actually completely broke below this level. So there's actually a few things that could be forming through here, okay? So the first thing I'm noticing is that we definitely have this overall sort of longer term sort of level through there. And then we had this major level of support through here. What is this? Is this a true breakout or is it a fake breakout, right? And what I'm looking at here is this, is that if for some reason this mining sector does what it did, right? It broke above the support level. If this actually starts to get a rally back up like that, breaking above the highs, we have a what? We have a lower high, lower high, lower high. But then suddenly we start to get a breaking of a higher high, and we get that. There's a real high probability chance we're going to start to do that, possibly come back, create a higher low, and then have a real big up move from here. So this actually could be a bit of a false breakout here now, looking on the mining sector. Now let's actually go look at the actual gold and silver prices itself. Okay. Now once again, long-term analysis, guys. Long-term analysis. I'm very, very, very bullish gold and silver. Okay. But short-term technical analysis is what? Just looking at the markets and trading what the market is actually telling us. And what is the market telling us through here? High, lower high, and another what? Lower high. So who's in control? The sellers, right? Making lower highs. So if you're trying to go long here, trying to pick a bottom, oh, the bottom's in, oh, the bottom's in, oh, the bottom's in, right? See how you're just gambling now and see it, but it hasn't made any good, strong, higher highs, higher lows, right? We haven't gotten anything like this happening. It's always been what? Down, 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 making lower highs. And this is the reason why we're going through what? We're going through this here, right? Now, yes, the dollar's going up and right? But if you're trading gold, if you're looking to trade gold, whether it's through the GLD price or the actual future price, guess what? We actually trade what the gold is doing, right? We don't go, well, the dollar's doing this, so therefore gold should be doing this, okay? Because if you actually look at the correlation, gold's been doing what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only been the last 5 days that gold's been selling off. But if we actually go look at the dollar's been in an extraordinary quality move now for a long time, right? Let's actually look at the measuring tool here. Right, 53 days or 53 bars, 53 days. So I don't know, 53 bars, 75 days, 75 days in total, but 53 sort of trading days that the dollar has absolutely just had an extraordinary quality move up. But gold's only been selling off for the last 5 days. You see what I'm saying there, right? So they're not always exactly correlated. So the purpose of me saying that is that we don't want to be going to gold and saying, oh, I'm looking to trade gold right now because the dollar's doing this, right? We just never know. Gold is just starting to sell off now, but the dollar's been going up for crazy, okay? So that's that long-term, that's the short-term technical analysis. And again, what's happening here? We're going up, slowly going down, and now we're rolling over from here. Looking at the silver price, look what happened with silver, okay? Now, what is going on with silver? Right, silver is doing what? We had this really sort of strong level of support through here, and now look what happened through here, okay? What is this? High, slight lower high, strong lower high. Now, what is a strong lower high? A strong lower high is like 50% Fibonacci's, okay? So the 50% level. See how the market actually came down, came up, retraced 50%, and then came down? This is strong. But notice the last time we went from the high down to the low period through here. Look what happened, right? We actually we retraced almost 100% and then came down. So there's no strong momentum in that trend, in that analysis there. So, but the purpose of me bringing this up right now today is what? Is because if we actually look at this here, from there to there, came down, came up, hit this resistance, and then came down, There's a lot of selling coming into this market now. So silver should start to see quite a nice move on the downside. Now looking at that weekly chart, there could be something coming up soon down through here from a trend line perspective, right? From there to there. Right, and same for that there. So, but on a short-term level there, guys, looks like silver is quite weak through here from this. Look at this daily chart through here, right? So many people got sucked in through here. See, this is the hourly chart, okay? Look at this here. So this was the hourly chart, and this market took up through here, and people are like, oh my goodness, why did the sellers come in strong? This is where traders, if you're trading the hourly charts, right? You always want to be seeing what the higher time frame trend. Now in this case, the daily chart, we go to the hourly chart, we go to the daily chart for the trend. What was the trend at this time? The trend was what? Down, right? The trend is clearly down. So it came down, came up, had down move, and so trying to go long here, what? Against the trend, and then suddenly the sellers came in and knocked it down quite hard. And so that's that hourly chart, and now the hourly chart just completely sold off through there strongly. So as you can see, right, like if you're looking for really big moves, like really good moves, the big moves and the good moves come in in a result of, it comes in on the back of trading big trends, right? Trading the overall trends and so on and so forth. So I hope this helps you out there today, traders. Here's a few things on my mind right now when it comes to short-term technical analysis, long-term technical analysis. If you do need some real good private help and you want to make 2024 the best year ever, guys, then that second link in the description, go apply for my 12-month private coaching program. And I'll personally call you to see if you're a good fit. Talk to you soon, guys.